Hey guys, welcome back. It's Claytano. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, today's video is sponsored by Netmarble for their new game, King Arthur Legends Rise. It is a brand new hero collector that just launched, and I'm super excited to get into it. You guys want to play with me? So go ahead and click on the link in the description below so that way you can check it out while you're watching the video. Now, this game has actually been in closed beta and alpha for a bit. They actually brought me out to LA to shoot a little commercial as well as give some feedback on the game. So I do feel a little bit of a personal connection with how this game has turned out because I feel like I gave some advice that they ultimately took. So super excited to get into this, guys. It is a brand new hero collector that I feel like is going to go the distance. It is a raid killer. It is a Summoner's War killer. If you guys know me, I love gachas. So for me, this is the next big thing. Most likely I will be making a ton more content on this. So in today's video, I just kind of want to introduce the game, introduce the aspects, talk about some of the key features, and ultimately just get you guys excited about it because lots more videos to come on this. So like I said, it's a hero collector. So for me, the biggest thing, the first thing that I want to do is figure out what I can do to summon. And really, you kind of come into your main base here and it gives off like this idle game sort of vibe where you're like building up your base. Some things like take a little bit of time over others, but that is really not the main point of this game at all. It's just a cool feature that's added into it and a good way for you to kind of explore your base as you're playing through the main storyline, which by the way is absolutely insane. If you know the King Arthur story, this is a whole new take on it in a really, really cool way. I normally don't follow storylines of games, but this one in particular just really got me hooked and I enjoyed every second of it. I actually played through the game on the main storyline through normal already, beat the entire thing. Now I'm on to hard, but overall the story just really brought me in. Going back to the summons though, if you're on your main base here, you just click on the Lake of Avalon. This is where you summon your new units. Obviously you have your raid up summons, your normal summons, special summons, and then your heroes actually have relics on them, which is basically their weapons. And then you summon for those differently than the normal summons. And those are different elements, which give you obviously benefits of fighting different elements in the game. So really fun. We have a couple summons here that we're going to do near the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. It's honestly one of the coolest animations of summoning that I've actually ever seen. Honestly, the artwork in general for this game is absolutely unreal. The graphics are unreal. And it was actually made on Unreal Engine. So the math kind of checks out on that. The math is definitely mathin' when it comes to the Unreal graphics. But so let's get into some of the heroes and the characters, and then we'll go fight them in battle so that way you guys kind of see the combat a little bit. So let's click on our hero section down here. We have Morgan up here. This is one of the legendary characters. There's obviously different tier rarity of units. So we have the legendary Morgan, we have rare K, which is one step down from legendary. I know a lot of games kind of have like an epic in between legendary and rare, but rare is the epic in this game, which is perfectly fine. It just takes a little bit of time getting used to that. And then we also have the uncommons and the commons and everything else. For me personally, my favorite character in the game so far is actually Guinevere. She's like this really badass knight that is a tank, also provides shields and stuff. It takes a lot of time to actually like level up these characters. So you really have to kind of focus on which ones you like. And there is a reset. So if you like kind of spend all your resources on one person and it doesn't actually turn out to be something that is useful, then you can just always reset it. Can't always reset it. It's a little bit limited, but for the most part, you can, get some of those resources back. But yeah, these are the characters, and the way you level them up, there's multiple different ways of leveling up. You start off by leveling up their star grade all the way up to 6 stars. And then you awaken them after that by doing other types of dungeons to get different types of material. And then you can level up their skills, their passives, their chivalry, which is actually like, it's the closeness between you and the character. So if you summon duplicates of a character, then you can increase your chivalry with them because you're getting closer. You actually summon them multiple times. That increases, your character's overall power. And then you have your equipment, of course, which is, in my opinion, like the one thing you should focus on at the start of the game, because equipment is kind of everything. And we'll get into like how to get equipment and stuff like that in probably later videos. But for the most part, focus on getting your equipment. If you guys have been with me for some of my like Summoner's War stuff, it's kind of like your runes that actually power up your character. And each of these different equipment types give you different bonuses to use during your fights as well. You have attack speed, crit rate, accuracy, stuff like that, right? And then going on to your relics, so you have a specific element that is summoned with the character. So for example, Guinevere here gets summoned with the wind element. And then if I were to go in and summon a whole bunch of fire relics or some water relics, I have a chance to get her other elemental relics. So it's kind of cool where if you really enjoy a certain character and you want to use them in a whole bunch of different scenarios, and it might not be like a specific element that is beneficial to her, you can potentially get them in other elements to make them stronger in those specific scenarios. So tons of different ways to build out your different characters. And let me tell you, the characters that you use is very, very important for very specific roles in the game. This is probably the most strategically influenced game I have ever played. It is so very much strategical where you don't necessarily need to use legendaries. In fact, most of the time, you shouldn't be using certain legendaries. You should be using like commons, uncommons, rares to progress throughout the game, because like they have very specific things that are better than legendaries at certain aspects. So super strategic. That's why there's a ton of videos that really realistically need to be made to help you guys out and progressing, because it is pretty difficult. It makes you think, which is honestly really enjoy. I really enjoy that about the game. So outside of the relics, you actually have level up for your relics. You can increase them by leveling up. You advance them to increase their star grade, then you get 10 more levels of potentially leveling up even more. You can awaken them, so that way they have those purple stars all the way up to 6 stars. And then they have different skills within each of their relics that can be leveled up additionally. So pretty crazy in terms of the potential character building aspect of the game. A lot of stuff that you can be doing into increasing your character's strength. So lots of fun. You'll never be bored with increasing your character level. Let's get into my second favorite part of these types of games. For me, it's the PvP aspect, which I find super fun. You have your arena, your season here. It goes from one season to the next. I believe it's every month or so, but ultimately it just changes the season, and you come in here and you fight PvP against other real people, right? And we don't necessarily need to get into a PvP match right here, but obviously just something for me to mention because you guys know I'm a PvP freak. Let's get into the story a little bit because, like I said, great story, but it has like this open world aspect to it. Obviously, since I've beat the main storyline, I can't go back into it and show you guys what I mean by an open world, but let's go into adventure and we can kind of get an idea of what I mean by an open world storyline here. So you're actually running around in a real world scenario. And for me personally, I can't even figure out what I need to do to get past this specific quest. It says, the object is sealed with Fey magic. I need the strength of Fey to unseal it. So you actually have to like run around and find where this Fey magic is, and click on random things on the ground that might be like slightly lit up. And it's honestly really relaxing for me. Like for example, like this little thing right here could have a key in it that I then use on a gate back in town in order to pass through, open up another chest, something along those lines, right? In order to, get that item that I need to move on to the next quest. So honestly, this is really cool. It also gives you like a way to keep playing, and it doesn't cost you any extra energy. The energy system is pretty standard. Once you run out, then you can go back and buy more, recharge it, or anything like that. So let's get into some of the boss battles though, because that's probably my third favorite thing about the game outside of you have the summoning. The PvP boss battles are next, in my opinion, and just the overall gameplay. So let's go ahead and exit back out of here, go to the estate, and we'll do a boss battle. After we finish the boss battle, I'll wrap up my my final thoughts. We'll do some summoning, and then you guys can get into the game, play it along with me. I am going to be creating a guild or a clan, so make sure you guys reach out, comment below your username so I can get you guys into the clan that I make as well. Okay, so in order to get to the boss battles, I go into this restricted area here. Now, obviously, there's a ton of different things in here as well, but you have your power-up dungeon over here, which is, these are used to advance your star grade. So like I said, you start with like 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. Each of those stars allows you to go up 10 more levels. That's what you use these for. So this is its own dungeon. This is the Penvade, and he is a boar, and very specific strategy goes into beating him. Then we have Gorgos. This is for your actual leveling up. This gives you, experience potions. So this is to, advance into different stars. This is to level up those 10 levels per star. This is for your relics. This is to advance them. This is to increase their experience. So same thing. Basically, this for your relic is this for your character. This for your character is this for your relic. And then you have the Shrine of Storms, which is for skill upgrades, relics. Skill upgrades is in a different one. We have equipment dungeons as well, which gives you different type of equipment depending on the boss that you're fighting. And then we could actually get stuff from here to craft our own equipment, which is super helpful. And we have clan raids, we have forbidden dungeons, which is kind of like just a total, you just continue going from one floor to the next floor to the next floor until you obviously get to this point where you can't actually beat it anymore, like myself. But overall, like everything that you're doing throughout this entire game is just all connected in the same story, in the same lore. Everything has a reason for why you're doing what you're doing. You have the favor dungeon, which increases your, this is your awakening. So you get the materials for awakening your character, which is like those pink stars on the character. And each of those open on a specific day of the week, which, make sure you log in and keep playing during certain days. So that way you don't miss that specific favor dungeon that you're trying to awaken a certain character with, because I've done that myself many times. And then this is, like I said, this is where the skills come in. You have your talismans here to skill up your characters, essentially. So, all right, let's get into a boss battle. We're going to go into something... I want to go into something that has some very specific strategy to it. So I would say Penvade. Penvade's fine. It gets crazy. Let me tell you, it gets really crazy. This is a good little starter one. It's not going to scare you guys off. So let's jump into this. And it's really cool the way that they do the system here, in my opinion, for fighting these bosses. Really fighting any dungeon over and over and over again, it gets repetitive, right? So for example, Plane of Beasts 9, I have not beat yet. So if I go into it, it's going to cost me 14 energy in order to fight this. Okay, this is your energy up here in the top right. For me, I'm going into Plane of Beasts 8 that I've already beaten, and it allows me to not only play it 3 times in the time it takes for me to do it once. So it says basically, if I'm attacking this thing 1 time, I'm using 3 times the amount of energy, and that 1 fight is going to give me the rewards for 3 fights. So it instantly right there triples your efficiency on fighting the dungeons. And then next, you can click on repeat battle and go all the way up to 100 repeat battles without stopping. And that's 3,600 energy that you could just set it and forget it. Super, super convenient. I also want to mention real quick while we're in here, this game is very, very free to play friendly. For me, I haven't spent a dime on this game yet, but I feel like when I've, talked to other people that have been playing it, they're like, your account is very strong for being free to play. So the biggest thing with this is you got to get in early, and if it's just launched like it has, you're in early, you're getting in kind of at the very start of things. So you're going to be up there. You're not going to need to spend as much, but if you do, you definitely get rewarded for spending, obviously, because there's some really good packs in there. So don't, I'm not gonna downplay the packs because, like I said, I'll probably end up buying them. I'll probably end up giving you guys some information on which packs are probably the best ones to buy. But anyway, let's go in. Let's do a repeat battle, and I'll talk a little bit about this as we go in. So we can kind of adjust things. We're just going to do 1 repeat battle. We can adjust things for the repeat right here. Like, we can end it when we want to, but let's prioritize attacking the boss for this specific one. All right, let me make sure I didn't even check my team. Yeah, this is probably a good team. So let's jump into it and we'll go over some of the battle features while we're doing this. Okay. I don't want to auto. So let's not auto. Actually, I think it has to auto. So all right, so let's click on our skill order settings. So this is a way for you to change your skill order while you're while you're on your repeat. So if I want to say like, hey, Merlin, focus on using this skill more than any other skill, you just select 1, right? You just say, I want to use this one first, this one second, this one third. And you can do that for all your characters, which is really nice. And it helps just the strategy behind what you're doing actually do what you want it to do. Very important, right? So let's hit OK and continue the battle. So we can change it between ×1 speed, ×2 speed, ×3 speed, of course. And for this, again, the strategy behind it is that you want to hit this several times in order to break that shield. And you need certain characters that can hit enough times in order to give you a chance to actually kill it. You'll see this blue bar that's right behind my camera here. And this is something that's very important for this game. It's called Vigor. And every time you use a skill, it uses Vigor. Every time you attack, it gives you Vigor back. So Vigor is kind of like your overall limiter, your limitation on a lot of things. And there's gear that actually gives you Vigor back every time you play. Every time you attack, it gives you Vigor back. So you can almost like use skills for free. And it's very, very strategic, like I said, which again, I love. But this is like one of the boss battles that you're going to be running over and over and over again because you want to get the stuff to advance your characters. Overall, though, skills look good. Graphics look great. Oh, I didn't even mention it changes the time of day. The elements affect how your characters perform. Changing the time of day, changing the elements, whether it's raining, it's sunny out, it's daytime, it's nighttime. All of those things have an impact on how your characters perform depending on what one they actually prefer better. And then there you go. This is my rare hero that was the MVP. And like look at this. I have characters that I could use that are legendary, but I would actually prefer using rares that are better for this specific dungeon. Obviously, you see down here it's a ×3 multiplier, and realistically, just a lot of good quality of life stuff in this game. So, in general, my recap on this game is, like I said from the beginning, I think it's the next big gacha game, the next big hero collector game. It has everything you could ever want from it. It has a really good community already. The developers are obviously insane. They're not just gonna, put this out and, abandon it in 3 months. They're in this for the long haul. They've been developing this game for a really long time. It obviously looks great. It performs well. And this is it. Like this is something that I'm going to be playing on a daily basis. And like I said, if it's something that I have time for, I will be making more videos on it. So let's finally get into the summoning here. Without further ado, we have a normal summon. Let's just take care of that. It's for free. They give you a couple of these. I think like 3 or something every single day. If you do your dailies, you get some more. But let's just click on this so you can see just what I'm talking about in terms of the coolest animation for summoning that I've ever seen. Okay, this is King Arthur's hand holding on to the sword in the stone, and he's gonna lift it out of Lake Avalon and bring out another hero with it. Obviously, this is a normal summon, so you're not gonna get anything too crazy from here. But we might as well just hit it up one more time. Let's see if we can get something a little bit better. Looks like we're getting the same common tier unit, Kaylee. I mean, even the common tiers, look at that. Like, that thing looks sweet. All right, let's swap it over special summon here. So here we have a chance to get legendary heroes. This, we could only get, common to rare. You can't see it right behind my camera, though, but it tells you exactly what you can get. If you summon 10 times or more at the same time, then you can actually get a rare hero guaranteed. So there's a little bit of a pity system, but it's not something where it's going to give you those legendaries for free ever. So I like that about this game. I don't like that how other games give you like a pity, here's a free legendary. It just makes legendaries not as cool when you actually get them, because they should be hard to get. So all right, here we go. This is a special summon, chance of a legendary hero. Probably not gonna get it, but we're gonna rip it. All right, that's a rare. So that's basically your tier down from legendary. So I got a K. I can use that to increase her chivalry, because that's the character that I just used in the boss fight that you guys watched. So that's actually really good, because increasing her chivalry is amazing and something that I really want. So it kind of, makes you want to get duplicates of the same unit. And then we have the rate up summon here, which will do a few of these, use some of my crystals, my hard-earned crystals on these. And this just has a chance to get Belvedere on a 50% chance. And if I don't get him when I summon another legendary, the next one I believe is 100% chance. I think it explains it somewhere in here. Let me see. Rate info right here. All right, 83% chance to get Bedivere. No, 0.83% chance to get Bedivere. There you go. But it's higher. It's higher than anything else. Okay, let's summon for him. Let's see what we can get. Doesn't look like we're getting. Oh, so it'll do that once if it's rare, and then it'll do it again and like shoot up if it's legendary. So let me see. Let's do like 2 or 3 more. It'd be crazy if we get a legendary here. Nah, it's just an uncommon. Yeah. No fun. No fun. We get one more try here. Nope. Uncommon again. All right. You know what? I'm this far. Let's just do at least one more. Damn. All right, no. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay, there's another uncommon. We got one more to go. Might as well just run it for the video. Let's get some streamer luck in here. Here we go. Please, yes. What? Just one more summon. That's all you need to do. Just one more summon. There we go. We got ourselves a legendary hero, Bedivere, on the rate up. Exactly what we wanted. He is the #1 single damage dealer in the game. Single damage dealer, I mean single target damage dealer in the game. So that's crazy. That's crazy because you don't get that easily. I only, typically you got to do like 10 at a time, 3 or 4 times, 50 summons or whatever before you actually, get him. So that's awesome. That's really good. Oh, there you go. There's a pity system. There is a pity system up there, but I don't think there's a pity system. No, not on special summon. There is on the what am I thinking? There is on the rate up summon. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, a lot of cool things in this. Definitely worth giving a shot. Again, I'll leave a link in the description below for you guys so you can click on that. Make sure you do that. Even if you or just want to check out the game, click on it, check it out, go see what you think. Let me know. Come back. Let me know. Put your thoughts in the comments. Be like, yo, Clay, I love this game. Or, yo, Clay, I don't know yet, but I'm going to give it a shot. Those are the only 2 comments that I accept. So anything else, I don't know. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, huge shout out to Netmarble for sponsoring today's video. Appreciate that. Again, super excited for this one. As always, stay soupy. Don't be potatoes. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.